Good afternoon. I'm here with Dina Woolery. Hello, Dina. How are you?
Hi, Jennifer. How's it going?
Good. I'm Jennifer Noreen, and I work with Dina on her social media. And we are doing some live streams here. We're trying to hit them a couple times a month and cycle through some topics that we hope you'll be interested in. And today, because Dina is out there in the market and definitely has good view on the market, she's going to give us some insights on the Pacific Northwest market. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the offers the special offers she gives veterans. She has a special place in her heart for our vets, and she's going to talk about that program, and then also a first-time homebuyer class that she's teaching. So Dina, take it away. What do you have to say about this insane, interesting Pacific Northwest real estate market?
I know for all of you guys still on lockdown, the market is still really crazy. Looking at some of our stats from April until May, the market is up 1.8% for our listings. Yeah, it is down compared to last year at 36% down from last year's time. However, we're still going up right now. And the median price for Pierce County has stayed the same since last month, which is at $460,000. So that is our median price range that we're looking at for a home. Anything under that's really kind of hard to find. We call them our little unicorns. So if you've got a home in that value, under that median price, it's amazing time to get your house on the market because again, things are still going up. We're looking at days on market actually starting to go down. So when we were in COVID, you were looking at your house being on the market for an average of 48 days. And now we're down to 26 days. So that tells you we are, everybody is getting out and about out there and people are coming out and they're not staying on the market as long. We are still really, really in a seller's market right now. But it's still a great time because not as many people are coming out. So when you're in those multiple offer situations, you're competing against a little bit less people than you would normally. Back in January, we were competing with 20 people on a home, and now, it may be down to 5. So it's a great time to jump into the game right now since so many people have decided to sit out. But again, that goes,
So it's still competitive.
It is.
And when you talk about market, are you talking about the state of Washington? Are you talking about Pierce County only, or how are you qualifying that?
So actually, I have numbers for both sets. So I ran the numbers for Pierce County, and they're pretty similar to Washington State as a whole. So the numbers were very close. It's still an extremely seller's market. Prices are, again, going up across the board. So not just Pierce County. And then also for days on market went from, like I said, they're falling across the board. So people are getting out there and they're selling faster.
So Pierce County and overall PNW, Washington State are really not that much different. The trends are pretty close to each other.
They are. They're pretty close because I spent last week in Port Angeles and Sequim showing homes. And got into a bidding war in Sequim. There were 5 people the first day. So it really doesn't matter where you're going out. We have, I've had buyers coming in from Oregon, California, and Florida that are coming up to our amazing, beautiful evergreen state. And again, it really doesn't matter. I also did one down in Cougar, Washington last week too. And again, it was a bidding war, and that's out in the middle of the woods, right?
I know, with all the cougars.
I never heard of Cougar, Washington until last week. Oh my
gosh, yeah.
And yeah, they're doing bidding wars down there too. So it really is a highly competitive market still.
So if you're looking in that price range of $460,000, or you have a home to sell in that price range, you've got a competitive bidding coming at you if you're buying, and you have a great opportunity if you're selling. Sounds like
really good.
And it sounds like overall the market hasn't really been on lockdown. Even during lockdown, it wasn't really on lockdown because I know you were busy. And it's so funny. It's so funny because people's perceptions were that all the realtors, took time off. But boy, I think that you've just been busy and now much busier, right? So and now we're getting.
Oh, sorry.
Plus, we're getting the gorgeous weather too. So I don't know how that affects things. But if I was a home buyer, I'd be out there. So.
Well, and a lot of people didn't want to leave their homes. So we still consider it essential workers. We're able to go out and do video tours, which I've been trying to do for all of my clients. That way they can actually just take a walk through the house and see it if they don't want to leave the comforts of their home.
Yep.
You know, I'm all masked up and gloved and ready to go and take them on a tour that way too, because we've actually had offers on homes that people have not physically been in. They've just gone on the tours with me.
I know, it doesn't surprise me. We have such beautiful homes here, and I'm
I
sure you
know.
can show off all the landscaping and everything just as if I was standing there, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it totally feels like you're walking through the house when you're doing a video with them.
Yeah, it's kind of like that technology was around, and somewhat necessary, and now during COVID, it's just you can't live without it, right?
Right.
You
And
can
we do Zoom meetings. So instead of, you know, I like to sit down and go over with my clients in personal detail, all the process of buying a home, the different things that we'll go through. And we used to sit down and do that for an hour. Well, we still do the same thing. I just set up a Zoom meeting and we sit down, go over all the paperwork, show them the process to buying a home or to listing a home. And it still feels like it, other than I don't get a hug.
Yeah, there's no personal contact. Yeah.
I know.
So if I want to look at homes virtually and I don't want to do visiting, even in masks, I can do that. Or I can go out with you and we can mask and glove up and I can see a home.
Yep.
Either way
Yeah,
now.
because we are up to now 2 people can view the home with me. We did, originally it was only 1 person could come in the home with the agent, but now we're up to 2. So I can bring in 2 at a time to see it.
Okay. And is that statewide or is that Pierce County? Is that anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all kind of moving forward, aren't we? Thank goodness, right? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah, we're wearing masks, but at least we're able to do our jobs. Although I've been working at home, but yeah, it's been a crazy time. So okay, Pacific Northwest Market. Thank you for those insights. Great details. I took some notes. And can you tell me a little bit about your heart for the veterans and maybe a story about helping a vet or something how are you involved in helping vets find homes?
So I'm just involved from my own personal experience. I grew up with a father who was in the Navy, and he gave his life for this country. So
wow.
it's very important that you know, we give back to the vets. They put their lives on the line every day, and they're sacrificing themselves for this country. And I just want to be able to show respect and be able to give back for them. So I donate part of my commission back to them at the time of closing. So it helps pay for their closing cost. And I don't know, it just makes me feel great every time I do that, because every time I get to write that check, it's in memory of my dad.
Yeah, and not to be political, but I just read today that President Trump is funding an anti-suicide campaign for vets. He's doing an anti-suicide campaign in general for the nation, but he's also focusing on veterans. And I just thought that was fantastic, and I'm so glad to hear. I think that's an apolitical issue. I don't think it should matter, Democrat or Republican. I think we should support these people that are serving our country and preserving our freedom. So, and I know just from personal experience with relatives that are veterans or coming in and out of service that housing is a big deal. Like they get restationed, they need quick help, they need to be able to trust quickly who they're working with. I have a family member that's leaving the state even right now, and he's relocating a family of 4 and his wife, and she's relocating her job, and it's crazy. And it can be a stressful thing anyway, but I think even more when you're in the line of duty. And so I think it's great that you're doing that, and I think it's good that we talk about what you're doing, and I think we should continue to post details about that. Is there a specific program that they apply for through you, or is it just your discount that you're offering, or is it actually a program?
It's just something that I do. It's something I've chosen to do. I always wanted to figure out a way that I could honor the vets. And so I just kind of came up with this on my own. I need to stay legal, so I can't really like write them out a check. However, I can donate part of my commission towards their closing costs. So that really helps. And there's special programs available for the vets also with the 0 down. And there is a special way of negotiating for the vets in doing a VA contract versus FHA and conventional and everything, because they do get more benefits.
I would think. VA. Yeah, I would think so. So I'm sure your dad winks at you every time you do that. Good for you. Semper Fi. My deceased father was a Marine, so I hear you on that feeling of just being thankful. And what an honor it is to have someone in your family that served our country. So, okay, so Pacific Northwest Market talked about the vets. Can you tell us a little bit about these first-time home buyer courses that you're doing? And am I there in person or am I online, or what are the details about that?
So I team up with a lender and we teach first-time homebuyers classes. Our next one is July 18th from 10 to 3.
Okay.
I know I'm pretty long-winded, 5 hours worth of talking, right? But it also gives you a certificate through the state of Washington. It's called the Washington State Bond Program. So they have an assistance program that helps you with your down payment. So for those people that may not want to either use all of their savings to put the down payment on, or maybe a little bit short on having enough to do a down payment, because there's a lot of costs involved in starting your home, your closing costs, all that kind of stuff. This helps you to get.
Did your mic just drop? Because I lost your sound. There you go.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're back.
Somebody wanted to show a house.
Oh, that's funny. I'm like, whoa, where'd she go?
Woo!
Yeah.
Working. See, even during the broadcast, I'm still working, right?
You're always multitasking. Stop that.
So the home buying program, you get a certificate through the state when you go with a registered agent who is authorized to teach the classes, and then that allows you to qualify for the program that will help you with your down payment assistance. So it's a really great program. I've actually been doing it for, probably 4 years now. I've been teaching classes on first-time home buyers, and it's fun to watch because some of the people that I put through the first-time home buyers classes 4 years ago are now upgrading and doing, trading in their beginner home for their next home. So it's kind of cool to watch the progression of that. But it gives you so much information on the whole process from the beginning to the end. Because I know for me, I don't like to make a decision unless I know what I'm doing and what I'm getting into. So we literally go through all of the steps of purchasing a home. And then the lender also talks for several hours. So between the two of us, it's 5 hours. And the lender will give their description on all the different loan programs, because I know it's frustrating. Sometimes people will just make a phone call to a lender and not understand, hey, why can't I buy this house, or why can't I buy that house? And so they get to learn about all the different loans and which homes qualify for what types of loans. So it's very helpful. Even if you don't use the program, just to get all that information, it makes you feel empowered that you know what you're doing when you're going out and buying the house.
Yeah, and it's, it's crazy because on one hand, I can't believe how complicated it is, but on the other hand, it's nice that you're offering that. And it's to me what a value to a mom or someone that's advising an elder. I mean, just to have the information to share as well, right? So I mean, I know I will buy, and then I have bought before, but I will buy again, and then my daughter will buy, and it's just good to kind of know the legal ins and outs. It's frustrating to me that it's so complicated, but I'm glad that you offer what you offer, and that you do it in a structured way. Because I think sometimes you're always trying to squeeze in a meeting with your realtor here and there, but it's so nice to know you can just go and sit and dedicate that time and learn everything you need to know, and that there's a lender there as well. That's super great. So if I want to, let's talk about two things to wrap up. So if I want to attend one of your classes, what do I do?
You can just reach out to me through Facebook.
Okay.
Or we can put my number up on the screen, and you can send me a text, and I'll get you all registered, because we do register through the state. That way it's official and you get your certificate and everything.
Okay, give me your number real quick again. 253
861 9049.
Okay, I just added it. How fun is technology?
I know, fun, right?
It is.
And then, or you can reach out to me through the Facebook. Message me, and I'll get you down, save a seat for you. So our next one is July 18th from 10 to 3. And I do them every month, actually. So usually the middle weekend of the month is when I do it. So if you can't make July's, you can make August, September, any of the months coming up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you how often you repeat them. And do I have to go through the course to work with you as a realtor?
To work? Oh, no, not at all. That's just a bonus.
It's a service that you offer. Yeah.
Yeah. I do, for each client that I do a buyer's packet and a listing packet, so that you have all the information. Personally, for me, I have to see all of my steps. I want to know what I'm doing when I'm doing something. So I took that into effect. Some clients may enjoy that, where they get actually, a checklist to say, this is step number 1, this is step number 2, and it makes them feel a little bit more comfortable than just going in and trying to buy a house and then having nobody reach out to them and tell them, hey, what's next? And they're like, well, gee, we know we put an offer in on the house and we got it, but what are we doing next? I lay everything out in this big packet that gives you all of the information from literally from day 1 when we meet till the day you get your keys.
Wow, it's impressive, especially because it's a process that you're coming in and out of. It's not like you're working it all in one day. It's all the different steps. And once you've made an offer and what the paperwork is and what the money required is and all of that, it's nice that it's all in one place that you can follow through on your process. I love that. So so I don't have to. So you probably love it. Go ahead. It's okay.
I mean, I do houses every single day. That's my job. But for other people, they only buy a house once every 10 years or 20 years and don't realize, even if you bought something 5 years ago, the processes have changed so much. I mean, sometimes they're changing on a weekly basis on what we can and can't do and staying up with the laws. And so it's nice to have it all documented for you to say, here's what it is today.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's great. So I can take the class or not take the class. And if I want to work with you as a realtor and I'm ready to go, would I call you? Would I go to your website? Why don't you spend just a second on Dina's Dream Team? What is Dina's Dream Team?
So we're a team of professionals because it's not just me. I have my own company, and we want to make sure that you're covered from beginning to end. So I have a couple of agents that can help you show homes. So, there's somebody available all the time. So if I'm not available, then there's 2 other people that are available. I have a tech team. I have a marketing team. I have lots of different people. That's why we call it a team, because no one person can do everything by themselves. So we all work together so that you feel comfortable that, if I'm not available at 9 o'clock in the morning, that somebody is for you, because a lot of times you have questions and you want to kind of know right now.
Sure.
And so I have a whole team of people that work for us.
Yep. So you have backup. So if you're not available, someone is. And DinasDreamTeam.com or dial the 253-861-9049. And what if I already have a home picked out that I'm interested in looking at, and I see the Keller Williams sign there? Are you able to pick up listings, or do you only show certain listings, or how does that work?
Oh gosh, well, we sell everything. It doesn't matter where the sign is from. We do everything.
So you can have access.
The good thing about going with Keller Williams is that we have agents literally all over the world. So I can sell a house in Colombia, for example. But that's the other nice thing about working with vets, is because I have worked with vets that have moved all over the country. They've come here. I've sent them over to Fort Bragg, and I have an agent that specializes in vets in Fort Bragg.
Wow.
And I mean, they're everywhere. And so it's nice to be able to connect with another veteran-centered agent that they can work with there. And then I've had the clients that I've sent to Fort Bragg, actually after their tour is over, come back up here, back to Fort Lewis, and then I find them a house again. So it's kind of cool watching them go all over, but I can help them go anywhere they want. I have somebody in Afghanistan right now.
I had no idea that you worked a network like that, but it makes sense. So it's an international company.
It is. We have over 180,000 agents.
Oh my goodness. So that's a really good fit for military, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So, okay. So thanks for sharing about the market and the vet program and the first time home buyer class. And I have someone in mind. I'm going to tell them to check that out. I think it would be fun, especially if it's available online. And if they're interested in working with you, I hope that you hear from some of our viewers. Facebook watchers and YouTube people, if you have ideas of topics you'd like to see covered on these live streams, please put them in the comments or email Dina. Is it Dina at Dina's Dream Team? Dina's Dream Team at gmail.com. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of D's, Dina.
And even if you know somebody that wants to invest in real estate, they want to purchase or list too, I also have a nice referral bonus for you too. So any of your friends want to do it, then the little bonus comes back to you also.
Yeah, I think everybody always has at least one person in their life who's looking to move or looking for a home. So good to know that if it's not you that's looking for the home, if you know someone, there's a referral bonus available. So thanks, Dina. It was good to chat with you. I think you're doing great on these live streams. I know this isn't a new thing for you, but you sound like a true expert. So again, this has been Dina Woolery, who is a managing broker with Keller Williams Real Estate. Dina's located in the Puyallup area, but she services all the Pacific Northwest and would love to work with you on the purchase or selling of your next home. So thanks, Dina. We'll talk again in a couple weeks.
Great. Thanks, Jennifer.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.